Product. In this video, we will going to discuss about the product variety. What does it mean? The product variety, as the name itself indicates, we need to have various products will going to be available in the market. Higher product variety offers greater choices of the customer, who is likely to get a product that fits closest to his or her actual requirements. So that means once you have the product variety, the customer will have a greater flexibility, so that he will going to have more choice, so that it will going to fit into his or her actual requirements. Firms like Dell Computers and National Panasonic go to the extent of following their customers to design their own products. So that means the Dell Computers and National Panasonic, they have gone into the customer's requirement, and they will going to design the product according to the requirement of the customer. Higher variety would lead to greater complexity, resulting in higher supply chain cost. So this plays a very major role, as you are going to get the varieties of products in the market. So naturally, each product, you cannot mix the two products together in a supply chain. It is a very important factor. So for a product one, we're going to have a separate chain. For a product two, we're going to have a supply chain. Suppose if we have an n number of products, then we should have n number of supply chain. So naturally, what happens? The cost of the supply chain will going to become more. As we have a varieties of products, then we're going to have the complexity will going to be very high. Firms like Procter & Gamble have worked on product rationalization and have reduced overall product variety. So that means the Procter & Gamble, they have worked out a rationalization of different products. That means similar products will going to keep it in a group, and then they will going to make that. While deciding the optimum level of product variety, a firm has to manage trade-offs with other dimensions of customer service, like order lead time. So what is the order lead time? The order lead time for the manufacturing from the order to the delivery is called the order lead time. Firms have realized that while deciding the product strategy, they must balance customer satisfaction and supply chain capability. So naturally, once they have, when it becomes too high for them to handle the supply chain cost because of the product variety, so then the firms has got realized that the product strategy, they must balance together with the customer satisfaction, and also they should look into the supply chain capabilities which they have designed. So because they cannot have a very huge cost of supply chain, it is not possible. So therefore, they need to keep balance act has to be done between the customer satisfaction and also the supply chain capabilities. Because even the customer satisfaction is also one of the important factor in the present market. Once the customer satisfaction is there, then only the product will be in the market. Otherwise, the product will going to become obsolete. While offering larger variety, progressive firms have tried to work with ideas such as platform products and modular design. So the platform products means the products of each will going to be placed in the platform, and then they will going to have the supply chain for that. Similarly, the modular design, wherein you are going to have a single module wherein they will going to keep at the different levels of the different products. So this is what is the modular design. This has helped the firms to offer a large variety without increasing the complexity of the supply chain. So thereby, what happens? Once we have keep the platform products, like platform number one, it is like what we have in our railway station. Similar to that, for each platform, we will going to have a different products, so that the customer will going to come according to his requirement. He will go to that particular platform and he will going to take the material. So while making the supply chain also, they can be able to differentiate between each of the supply chains. Thereby, it will going to have the systematic delivery time. This has helped the firms to offer a large variety without increasing the complexity of the supply chain. While designing new products, firms need to keep supply chain issue in mind, so that they can offer high variety at a reasonable price. So if the firm has to decide about a new product, always they should keep it in mind about their supply chain, because once the product has been manufactured or produced, they need to supply the product to the market only through the transportation. So for that we need to have a proper supply chain. So while designing, they should keep it in mind their supply chain issue, and thereby because they need to give the product at a reasonable price. Next comes the supply chain performance measures. SCOR, that is Supply Chain Operation Reference, recognizes 6 major processes. One is the plan, other one is the source, then make, delivery, return, and enable. As per the SCOR model, supply chain operations and reference. As per the SCOR model, supply chain performance measures fall under the following 5 broad categories. What are there? One is the cost, then the asset, reliability, responsiveness, and agility. Further, the SCOR model, supply chain operations and reference model, develops 10 performance measures as shown in the figure. So that is, in the next we can see the SCOR model of this. So then here the supply chain council refers to measures related to cost and assets as internal facing measures, while reliability, responsiveness, and agility are termed as customer facing measures. Because reliability, again it depends on the customer. Responsiveness, again we are going to have the customer requirement. Agility, how far the customer will going to place his requirements. So these 3 are based on the customer facing measures, while the cost and assets are internal facing measures, because how the company can invest on the product. So that is one of the most important thing. So that becomes the cost. Once the investment has to be made, therefore they must have a sufficient assets. Typical a firm offers bundle consisting of price, delivery, and flexibility to its customers. Price in competitive market is dictated by the marketplace. So here this is the SCOR model, wherein we have a tabular column. SCOR model, supply chain in meters, customer facing, reliability, responsiveness, internal facing, agility, cost, and assets. Perfect order fulfillment. So it may be first one, that is the reliability. Order fulfillment cycle time, it will going to be the responsiveness. Upside flexibility, agility, upside adaptability, downside adaptability, overvalue at risk, and total cost of serve, total cost to serve, cash to cash cycle time, and return on fixed assets, return on working capitals. So these cash cycle time as fixed assets and working capital all comes under assets. Total cost to serve comes under cost. Downside adaptability, overall value at risk, upside adaptability, and upside flexibility all comes under agility. Then we have the responsiveness, order fulfillment cycle time, which will comes under the responsiveness. Perfect order fulfillment will going to come on the reliability. Thus on only delivery and response related measures are termed as the customer facing. Delivery and response related to the customer facing, while the performance measures related to assets and costs affect the profitability for the firms are thus termed as internal facing measures. So in the next video, we will going to discuss about the benchmarking supply chain performance. Thank you.